The following program was paid for by Southern American Media.
Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and 3-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, as we start our day. We were still discussing the stamp issue there.
Yeah.
63 cents now, and the U.S. Post Office wants to get another 3 cents out of you.
Well, you know, they make it sound like the Postal Service is losing money, and the Postal Service really isn't. It's one government agency that does make money. It's just the way the government makes them put in money for retirement that makes it look bad.
It makes it all go down there.
They pay for everything up front at the beginning of the year instead of month to month like every other government organization. They pay the year's worth of everything up front. Well, that puts them in the red on day one. It takes them the rest of the year to get out. At the end of the year, they're back in black.
Didn't know that, Rhodey.
But it makes them look bad because they're in the red.
You've been having lunch again with the U.S. Postal Service?
Well, I'm smarter than the average bear, but dumber than most.
Where does these things come from that you happen to know this?
I have no idea.
I have never spoke to anybody that knew that.
Yeah.
It's
amazing. The information.
You got something going on with an insurance agency that I don't know, do you?
Well, my wife is an accountant, for one.
Oh, man, you need to watch that. I bet you get henpecked over anything you buy.
She doesn't bother me too much.
She doesn't?
I'd say that, too. Home. Why'd you buy that?
Good luck with all of that. But seriously, they are looking at raising the U.S. stamp by 3 more cents. And I brought this up earlier during that 6:30 show, just how many letters and things that are lost in our area. Yeah. Are we getting our money's worth? We've had checks come up missing. We've had Meridian businesses out millions of dollars because it was taken within. We know that. It happened.
Yeah. And that should be easily tracked. And I think they've caught some guys one time, so what makes you smart enough to think you're going to get away with it?
I'm scared. Somebody just called Odie a scholar in the comments this morning. It is getting deep in here now.
I got one of them square hats at the house.
Tony Keller watching us from the big city of Center Hill, Mississippi. Welcome.
Yeah, look at there. Jason, I've got my glasses on. What is that, Colin? How you say that last name?
Where are we at there now?
Right there on the bottom.
Right there on the bottom.
Yep.
Guy Coughlin.
Okay, Jason Coughlin. Happy 40th birthday.
Woo! Happy birthday.
When I go to the eye doctor, I'm going to see if they can get me something that'll read the screen.
I can see off now after my big surgery. It's this little bitty writing that I can't see anymore.
He's probably going to say, there's some trifold.
Do they make?
Oh, yeah, they make them.
Okay, I'm learning now.
I don't want to get them.
Didn't know all that. They're saying that the Louisville gunman, the banker fella, did have some mental issues to begin with that the family knew about. He'd never hurt anybody or showed any signs of wanting to harm anyone before that, but he did have some issues there going on. It's what the family is speaking out and saying, and they're extremely sorry for what happened. They hate it. Can't be taken back.
Our buddy Rob that's helped with the internet and all that stuff.
Yes. What's he doing?
The company he works for, their main office is next door to that bank.
Really?
He said luckily nobody had gone to the bank or was over there or they had anything happen, but he said that was something else.
And that just goes to show, and we've talked about this before, about things that happen in other cities, of just really sometimes how close it is to us. There's always somebody from here, but could be somebody from here that had a family member that actually works inside that bank. We have a close connection to the entire world right here where we are.
We sure do. Yep.
Millie is up this morning. Good morning to you. Miss McMurray, good morning. NYPD lieutenant, as we look at just a couple of headlines here, this stuff is starting to grow rampant across America to where, well, people aren't staying in their lane when it comes to marriage and work. Another NYPD lieutenant getting in some trouble there due to a female coworker. Front row.
Yep, you should have known better.
He should have just told her he identified as a woman too and leave me alone. That would solve the problem.
All my exes changed their sex. You know, that was a pretty good song. Wasn't it?
I hate the rest of the world didn't get to hear that George Strait new hit that is screaming up the charts.
Oh man, yeah,
that's a good one. That is a real good one there, and that's true across America. There, I even mentioned this morning. If you missed our 6:30 show, of a library in Texas that is having a tough decision, as we all know that books now are being put in front of children that don't need to be there. I mean, there's just no other way to word this, that shows photos that a child should never see. And a library in Texas, small town, has been ordered to put these books back in. The way that they may close the library in order not to do this. You would hate that a library would go away because it does offer so many things to those.
To people who don't have, and if you don't have internet, and you're not able to afford it, I'm one of those. I don't think we should pay for you to have a special cable run to your house and all that. But there is ways for you to get it, public library or somebody around to help you out. I'm with that 100%. And if you shut this down because the librarian is too self-centered to get rid of the books that the public doesn't want, that you'd rather them shut your library down, that's doing a disfavor to
Well, what happened was there's always somebody in town. It was a woman that sued over all of this because they took the books out and she felt that they should be there because she liked that. There was only one. She won in court on all of that. You know, ooh, Miss Natalie Brister joining us. Natalie, how you doing? Glad to see her up and at 'em also.
I was got home last night and doing some work in the house, and Dr. Phil was on. So I was watching a little Dr. Phil. Now, we're talking prime time.
He's at night now.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, his program went off and another program come on. Now, we're talking prime time. How did they start that show?
Tell me.
In the bed with a sex scene.
No.
Yeah. And I'm sitting here going, how many kids are sitting in here and now this is just thrown in their face going, this is right, this is the way it goes, this is the way it should be.
Well, let me go you a step further here. There used to be a time to where TV shows were what you had to worry about. Now, national commercials, you got to be worried about them. Yeah. They show things in national TV commercials that shouldn't hit the airway. That's my opinion. Not everybody agrees with that.
There's time for that, like after 10 o'clock.
After midnight.
No.
Wasn't that who sang that?
Well, don't get me lying on the who song.
Oh, Eric Clapton, I think.
But I know the song.
Yeah.
I couldn't sing.
Don't let it all hang out or something. I can't. I can't remember the next line. Charlie Daniels never recorded it. But I did hear it in the elevator once.
That was just the acoustics, wasn't it?
That's what it was. Well, we had someone make the headlines as we broke the story yesterday morning that Clarke County was in a high-speed pursuit right up into Lauderdale County, and it would end on Skyland Drive. What went on with that? Oh, charges have been filed, and we've got a picture to show you as we get this release from the Clarke County Sheriff's Department. This is Bobby Dean. He has been brought back to Clarke County, charged with felony fleeing, possession of meth, and about 9 misdemeanors involved with numerous traffic violations. No bond has been set because, well, they didn't give him one. You run from the law, and that's what happens.
Well, you can't argue that you're not a flight risk.
That's true. I mean, you've already proved that.
You already proved you are.
Hey, we've got a big event coming up. This is the 12th, which means Saturday, I think, which is the 15th. A big event coming to Meridian.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got Becky in to tell us all about the event coming up next of what you can get. Is it called the Spring Fling? Is it that one? She had to go extravaganza. We can't even spell that together.
Can't say it one at a time. I'll say extrava, you say it.
Extrava. Coming up next, we'll talk to Becky and tell you about what all she's going to have. That's next. Y'all don't rush off. Are you looking for a trustworthy place to buy your next car or truck? Visit my friends at Massey Supermart Auto Sales. They've been doing business since 1955. There's a reason they've been in business for so long. They have fair prices, superior service, and repeat customers. For your next quality pre-owned vehicle, it's Massey Supermart Auto Sales. Taking care of your car needs at 1023 Highway 39 North.
Profit dealer, Massey Supermart. Nothing adds more value to your home than well-manicured landscaping. Distinctive Borders can transform the look of your residential or commercial landscaping with continuous decorative concrete curbing. Distinctive Borders adds an attractive, durable, and permanent solution that will add value and prestige to the overall appearance of your home's landscape. Choose from a custom range of colors and patterns at an affordable price. Call them today for your free estimate and design idea. Distinctive Borders, 601-490-3678.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Hello, my name's Kenneth Graham, and I'm running for coroner of Lauderdale County. For over 50 years, Lauderdale County's been represented by professional and competent coroners. I would like to continue that tradition. Over the next several months, I want to educate the public on what the coroner does and dispel any myths about the coroner job. I can show you that I will be the most professional coroner there is. So please vote for me August the 8th.
Paid for by the Committee for the Election of Kenneth Graham. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie as we begin your day. It's Wednesday.
Hump day!
Y'all be ready.
We finally made it here again. I'm telling you, it's not just the fastest hour on TV, it's the fastest week you can have.
It is. Happens here every day at 7 o'clock. We appreciate each and every one of you to watch us on television. If you'd like to be a part of it and talk with us, join us on Facebook as well or YouTube. You can interact.
Man, it's always great. We try and keep up with everything, but if you want to make a comment, ask a question or something, we will try to get to it and try and say, hey.
Jan Butler, how are you doing today? I wanted to point this out as we all practice our spelling here, as we see that there's the extravaganza. Oh, let me hit it that way, show it that way. That's what's coming this weekend. I hope you'll come out in the old Office Max build. You ever feel like somebody may have been... You don't want to say it out loud, but I'm going to just go ahead. Maybe in a hippie at one time. I'm seeing Flower Child all over this as we flip
just
the camera too.
Yeah.
There's Becky. Good morning, Becky. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Glad to have you in with us. And tell us about what you've got planned. What's going to be out there this year?
Okay. Spring Extravaganza Gift Show. It's this weekend, Saturday from 9 to 4.
Yeah.
At the old Office Max building, which is next to Joanne's across from Belk.
All right, let's get to the chase. Is Jack going to be there with sausage dog? Let's forget all this other stuff.
Yes, he will be there with sausage dogs. And we also have we have 83 vendors this year.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
That's more than last year. We've got everything from boutiques to jewelry to baked goods, baked fresh bread. We have food, of course. We have wooden furniture, home decor. I mean, just about a little bit of everything. We're having knives this year, so we got something for the men.
So it starts at 9. Doors open. What time do they open up?
At 9.
9 o'clock.
At 9
Can't
o'clock.
miss that.
Yep.
So as you walk in, what's the first thing you're going to see? I'm sure you've already got everything designed when you walk in.
First thing you're going to see is me.
We're 3 days away.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay.
What you got for us?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I didn't put it on the spot.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
No, we've got everything. We've got a big T-shirt display right as you come in the door. We've got baked goods. We've got the little pretty cookies that people do.
Who's some of the vendors you got? Because I know some repeat ones that come every year. Who are some of the folks that we're going to see there this year?
Okay, let's see.
I am
You are really putting me on the spot. Beverly Gems from Livingston's coming. Angela McCraney, I can't think of the name of her company. She's the one that does a lot of T-shirts. We have Lisa Lisa Scruggs Moody, Lisa's Designs that does T-shirts. We got 2 different pocket knife vendors that are going to be there.
Becky, can you tell us what your husband's name is?
Yeah, his name is Jack. I do know that.
Jack, get over here. Jack, come here. Jack, what are you doing?
I'm teasing, but it is always a big deal. I don't know if you, but because y'all do the fall show out at the Agri Center.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger, but this one's going to be big too.
Spring is here as we look at all of this.
And you got Mother's Day and graduation, and
yes,
need to get shopping.
And of course, it's a lot of crafts as well that go along with this.
We'll have some crafts there too. Yeah.
So
Bella's and Britches Boutique's going to be there. They said.
Bella,
Sounds
come on.
like some kids' clothes.
It does to me, too.
We do. We're going to have men's clothes. We're going to have women's clothes. We're going to have kids' clothes. We're going to have some activities for the kids. We're going to have.
So bring the kids with you. Don't leave the kids at home.
Yeah,
bring the kids with you.
Bring them with you.
Good
deal.
And we'll have other food other than Jack's sausage dogs too. So.
I was just getting stuff I wanted to eat.
Yeah, we're not worried about them.
Yeah.
Sausage. I'm telling you, they are the best in town if you haven't ever tried those before. And, of course, it's a lot of room to spread out. Bring the family. Come on up.
Oh, yeah.
Does it cost anything to get in?
No, free admission.
Admission? Just walk around, pick out what you want. Again, Becky, give us those times so we can come see you this weekend.
9 to 4.
9 to 4. That's Saturday and Sunday or just Saturday?
Saturday.
Saturday. So there's something for you to do. Go by and see Becky and them and get your shopping done for Mama and the kids graduating school and get something for everybody.
Well, Becky, we look forward to it. We appreciate you coming in this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Boy, you just really went and done all your hair up to be here with us. I'm telling you, boy, we get the best guest. Becky,
oh, man.
Thank you again. Again, this is going to be this Saturday, 9 until 4, the old Office Max building, if you're wondering where that was. Maybe I didn't make that clear. I want to make sure that everybody knows that. Becky, thank you so much.
Thank you.
She's our sweetheart. She comes with us every year as we talk about the things that go on in the Meridian area. Hopefully you'll go by and check that out. We'll be right back as we get this morning underway.
Farmer knows a good deal when he sees one. The L-Series Kubota tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA and offered at Parish Kubota with 0% financing available. Come see why we're more than a tractor store at Parish Tractor.
Bring on the amazing colors of spring. It's the perfect time to spend in the yard. Al's Garden and Gift voted the best place to shop for beautiful bedding and vegetable plants, shrubs, hanging baskets, succulents, roses, and ferns in the state. Full line of mulches, soils, sod, and longleaf pine straw available for freshening up flower beds. There's always unique gifts, candles, pottery, and new shipment of delicious gourmet sauces, spices, rubs, jellies, and jams too. Bloom with happiness. Come visit the expanded nursery today at Al's Garden and Gift.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
And welcome back. Did you say at a Holiday Inn or anything last night? I'm just trying to check, see how smart you are today.
Not just last night, but I have in the past.
You know, I got a bunch of those Holiday Inn reward points that I've never used.
Yeah.
How many years are they good for?
I don't know. That's
I need to check that out.
Question and
things that make you ponder in life.
That's like we've only spent the night at one place going to a cruise ship, and that was when we went to Port Canaveral. That was a long drive.
Ooh, yeah, it was.
The rest of the time, we just try and drive straight to the port and get on the boat.
Makes sense.
And go.
All right, as we start looking, Odie, around things that happened last night, I got reports that somewhere on 8th Street, right around, we'll put it right where near the Burger King is. Let's go here and pull up a picture here as we start here. Gunfire erupted in this area last night, right along in there. Now, it wouldn't be long that after that, we also got reports that a car had been struck with gunfire, and this would be there on Highway 19 and up by 8th Street in that area. No one was hurt, thank heavens, but we did have a car that was damaged last night as we look at that.
I'm still amazed that nobody's gotten hurt by all these car shootings. It's terrible.
So that did happen in the streets of Meridian last night. And again, fortunately, no one injured. Again, just a miracle in itself. I got another report of a young lady that said, hey, I live right over here, and there was just a drive-by near my house last night. She said gunfire erupted. It was pretty rough, and we put that near Highland Park Drive and State Boulevard. Now, to our knowledge, no one was hurt, no one was injured in that either. But again, gunfire, and that was right around 11:30 last night that happened.
Whew.
Should have been home in the bed.
Should have been home in bed by that time, keeping up with your kids, and who knows, Mom and Daddy's probably out, and the kids don't know where Mom and Daddy's at.
Yeah, that does occur on that. I had a question yesterday of the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department was out yesterday in the Zero community, and I was asked about that. And it was somebody spotted a child in the yard, and they called the Sheriff's Department. Is what that was about. If you wanted to know the further details on that, And of course, as always, anything is investigated by Child Protective Services when that is brought up.
Right.
Just to be sure that the child is okay. Not saying the parents have done anything wrong. I think somebody fell asleep and a child can get away from you in a split second.
Oh, it doesn't take long. And that's definitely something that happens, a good bit. But so it's, unless that child's in danger.
That's right. I had a chance to get out last night. I looked for Odie everywhere in the crowds and the bleachers, and
nobody invite
nowhere.
me.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't get invited.
As law enforcement was recognized last night at West Lauderdale. Look at there. Look at the folks that were there. We had a lot of people there as we look at this, and the many pictures of people that were there. Billy, he was still grinning.
Yeah, because he's on his way out. He hadn't been this happy in 30 years, has he?
I told him, I said, you looked a whole lot better yesterday. And that was because his wife was with him. But it was so many of the law enforcement people that were out. Ricky was there, and also, of course, I got Ward up here. There's Ward.
There's Ward. He's holding the fence up.
He was, and it was a lot of people there. And let me find the girls. Now, the girls were a hoot. Let me go through here. We got law enforcement. We're getting close. Here they go. Here's the West Lauderdale Knights.
They're just having fun, aren't they?
They did, and they done a fantastic job last night. A big thank you to each and every one. I took a picture with them, and for some reason it didn't turn out. I was going to post it, and then I didn't have it.
Well, yeah.
So
somebody just said click and didn't take the picture.
That's what happened. It just didn't go all the way down.
Yep.
That happens there. We did have a report of a structure fire last night. I don't think anybody was hurt, thank goodness. But as we go to the 2200 block of 27th Place, I believe is what I put there, 27th Avenue. I almost said that wrong, Odie.
Yeah, 22nd Street and 27th Avenue. Didn't take Meridian long. They were there pretty doggone quick and was able to get in and get that took care of before it got too out of control. So good job, Meridian PD. They had Engine 1, Engine 3. Golly, don't get me to lie. Who all was there? Maybe Engine 5. I can't remember. But I tell you, it doesn't take them long. They're there and keep everybody safe. Rescue 1 gets there and goes in, make sure nobody's inside the home. They've got it going on. I'm gonna definitely give them that.
24 on, 24 off. They do a fantastic job. Big thank you. Yeah.
They do 48
do 40.
48 hours on.
Well, Dean Dillon didn't get that message, and he wrote George Strait's song 24 on.
Well, it used to be 24-48. Now it's 48-48.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, so you're there a lot.
If you'll notice around the downtown area, and I'm not sure this is going to make a big difference with things, but we do have new signs going up throughout the city, and we want you to look at this. What's your thoughts on this right there?
Well, if they put it beside the sign that says no parking this side, but you can't see that sign because of all the cars that's parked there, it's probably going to do just as much good.
This sign right here?
Yeah, nobody's going to pay attention to it, and if they do,
it's a nice thought, but we've got other issues too that need to be dealt with.
Well, nobody's around.
You got to have a way to enforce this, just like our curfew.
I say get cameras out, and if you see somebody tossing it out, and you get the tag number, and you send them a bill.
They'd cure it. One or two of those, and you couldn't afford to throw anything out because you couldn't afford to buy it.
That's right. Just use cameras. Don't worry about that.
We'll see how this turns out. Ty Bell introduced that. It was adopted by the city council. They're upgrading this. They started in Ward 5, and this will go out the city.
Love the idea.
Sure do.
But
can we enforce it?
Can we enforce it?
So we'll see what becomes of that. That's some talk on that. Don't forget, this is always important. I wanted to bring this back up as we go to Clarke County. They're getting ready for the pancake breakfast that they've got Saturday morning, 7 a.m. until 10 a.m. as Rolling Creek rolls it out. If you're going to be in that area, they'd love to hear from you.
And coming up, I've got to get some more information. We've got Hamaza Shriners has got a big drawdown. You can win a good bit of money.
Would you like to know more about that? Because
look at that.
We got it right here. We can throw
That's what, see? Look at there.
There you go. It's
April
the drawdown.
15th, the drawdown. So, $100 a couple. That takes care of your food and everything else. You've got your band. And then they sit there and draw it down. So the first person's name that comes out, you did not win. It's the last person
that's left in the hat wins.
Left in the hat that wins it. And there's different ways that they do that, but it's basically the last one there is down. $100 going for a good cause with the Hamaja Shriners, and then Toom Suba's putting on a big car show coming up in another month or so for one of their members that has come down with cancer. So we're getting some more information on that, and we'll let y'all know about that to help them with a car show and a fundraiser for his medical.
A good thing to help out. And I got this also. They done such a I had so many people telling me they went to this, and it was fantastic out at the Evangel Temple, The Choice. And they're going to do a replay of this Sunday morning. If you hadn't had a chance to go see this, this is going to be out there. Starts open at 5 p.m. to 6 p.m.
They definitely put on some good shows.
Wow.
It's awesome.
Touching.
You'll walk out of there and say, "Oof."
Yeah.
And Sean Humphrey said, "God bless the people in Rolling Fork, Mississippi, 100%." We are still working. Lima is still working side by side with the Moose Lodge. We've got some other people that's coming on board. Rush Ostner's Rush.
Yeah, that's tough to remember.
It is. Coming on board with us, and we're getting a bunch of supplies we're going to be taking up there at the end of the month. So get anything you can, paper goods, feminine hygiene products, diapers, all ages, anything you can come up with, you can bring by our office, the Old Bell South on 14th Street, across from Fire Department number 1, and drop that off. We're going to be filling the 18-wheeler and taking a bunch of stuff up. We're working on monetary. If you can either bring some money up there, and then we'll go get $25 Visa cards, or you can bring $25 Visa cards. But that's what we want to pass out. We don't want to pass out gift cards because it's really hard for them to shop at a specific place. But a $25 gift card. So,
can you donate shoes or anything like that?
Make sure it's new or in real good shape. But at this point, I mean, they're going to take anything they can. Don't have specific sizes because I think it's most any size right now.
There you go. Hey, we had a fender bender there. If you were driving down near the Coca-Cola plant yesterday, over by O'Reilly, another fender bender. It always happens there near the bank. If you'll look at that, right in that little area there. It's always, if you're trying to get that little middle part there, trying to get over to take a left to go to Meridian.
Because it's not much room to get out of the way.
No, I don't know what the answer to fix that is, but as long as there's been a street there's been a little fender bender.
It has, and it's going to be like that.
Also, we had another one there on 13th Avenue yesterday as we pulled this up. 13th Avenue, and also there on 5th Street, another fender bender. And then Kemper County, we cannot leave y'all out. I got reports of this happening right over as you're leaving DeKalb going toward Philadelphia. As you go to Kemper Lake, we had a single vehicle wreck there at 397 and Highway 16. Made the boys in blue from MHP have to drive up to Kemper County there to check all that out.
Oh,
yeah, that's one of those things.
Yes, it is.
So no one was hurt in all of that. So thankful for that. Wrecks can happen just like that.
In the blink of an eye.
They do.
That's right.
Don't rush off. We got a whole lot more to talk about as we get this day. Even our flower child over there, she's just a grinning.
Yeah, and our seal of approval back there is just a happy.
What's his name?
Approval.
Oh, yeah, that's our seal there. He's on it.
He's on it.
He's staying with us.
The Square Peg Mini Mall, located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, Mississippi, is a family-owned business that promises to treat you like family. The Square Peg Mini Mall has been operating for over 10 years and boasts over 30 vendors with a rotating inventory to fit that something you're looking for. Inventory is constantly updating, so there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall, located on 335 West Main Street in Philadelphia, Mississippi.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Hi, I'm Nick Lisi. I am owner of Pinch and Tails Crawfish Shack here in Marion, Mississippi. We are located right across the street from the Subway Sandwich Shop, right next to the Little Griddle. If you're a seafood lover, we have the absolute best seafood in town. We carry crawfish, shrimp, lobster tails, raw oysters, snow crab, corn potato sausage, all the fixins. And for all of your special orders and catering needs, please call 601-934-0598. We're located in downtown Marion.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
Good folks, drop in and join them. If you're looking for a career change, we got a place for you as MCC tells us about yet another field that you could be a part of there, Odie.
You know, right now, if you want to change what you're doing and you like construction, you like electrical work, you like fixing stuff, we've got some industry around here that's got to have maintenance to keep all their machines up and going. And you can go to the industrial maintenance program at MCC, get your certificate, and go to work, not just here, but just about anywhere that there's a factory or a huge
Well, you take
office.
a place like Weyerhaeuser. They take all this as these paper mills that we've got in the surrounding areas.
Steve's,
hospitals.
Steel shop, hospitals. You can do anything. Go to work anywhere you want to, just about. You've got the education, and you've got it right here from Meridian at MCC.
Okay, get your own tool belt, though. That's all we're telling
you. Tool belt.
There you go.
Tell your wife, get you that for graduation.
484-8793. If you want to make a change in your life to do better for you and your family, talk to MCC. Maybe it's not this program. Maybe it's something else that you're good at. Pick the field that you're good at, and they will send you on your way to a whole new life there.
Right here local.
Yeah, that's right. Already 7:32?
7:32. I'm telling you, we're already halfway through hump day with us here.
It's flying.
It doesn't take long.
Whew, as we look back on things that happened on today, it would be the shot heard around the world, so to speak. In 1861, Fort Sumter was fired upon as we go back to that day. This would be the beginning of the war between the states, or the Civil War, however you want to word that. But it began on this day with that gunshot that took place there. It's been a while ago, hasn't it?
It's been a few years.
Now, one of the funniest movies I ever watched was The Blues Brothers. That irate girlfriend that just kept following him around, wanting to take him out. And who could forget, was it The Good Old Boys? Is that what they were called?
I was trying to think of what that was.
Can you do that beautiful bean footage of Rawhide when they ran out of songs to sing at the bar? If you remember the scene, the Blues Brothers showed up at a country bar, and they didn't know anything, and they sang "Stand By Your Man," and they knew Rawhide, and they were slow dancing to Rawhide, I think. And with that being said, Charles Napier was born on this date. He was the lead singer there in the motorhome that got his foot glued to the floor. Super glue.
We had some good actors in.
And he's also the guy, if you'll remember, that lied to Rambo, and Rambo didn't like it. Y'all remember that scene?
Oh, he sure was. Yes.
He grabbed that knife and he stuck it in the desk and got all snarled.
Yeah. He was like, uh-oh. I done made the wrong one, man.
He was, but those were some of the funny shit. Did you ever, as you grew up, did you ever want to be a shoe salesman?
No, I didn't.
Really?
Especially when this guy came out.
It happened with him.
Because he was miserable.
Ed O'Neill, bless his heart, was born on this day back in 1946. A lot of you will just know him simply as Al.
Just Al.
Al Bundy.
Yeah. But now, he was the great football player.
That's right. That's right. He relived his high school days. That's all he had left.
That's all he did, made one touchdown.
And bless his heart, didn't he drive that old Dodge car that always broke down that they had to push most places?
In the driveway, yeah. Had to push it in the driveway or push start it.
Did you see that episode where they got the free trip to London? They had the curse of the town.
I don't know if I saw that one or not.
Oh, that was good. That was good stuff. 1947, this would be probably one of the better nighttime talk show host. Is that the way to word that?
Yeah, he was the nighttime host.
I guess that's how you do it. David Letterman, born in 1947.
And he was funny.
Wasn't it? Was it his mother that always appeared on there that always gave different opinions, or was that the little old lady that was always that read the letters and gave advice to people? Which one was that? Was that his mama?
I'm not real sure.
It was a little
church lady.
It was a little 80-something-year-old lady,
Dana.
and people would write in, and she'd go, "Well, honey, if you do such and such."
Yeah, I remember that. I don't know if that was his mama. But
Becky,
that was
could you
fun.
be our little old lady that gives advice?
Yeah.
She's not wanting to do it.
We won't tell anybody.
There was a lot of girls back in the day that thought this was like the sexiest man alive because he was on, what was it? What was that magazine? Teen Beat?
Teen Beat.
Did your sister ever have that plastered to the wall?
Yeah.
Charlene just had it everywhere.
Right.
Okay, well, this guy has a birthday. He was born on today. Yeah. David Cassidy was born on this day, breaking down again. He was
big in the Brady Bunch.
No, the Partridge Family.
Well, yeah, but Brady Bunch, Jan was she was the big member of his fan club.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
It's always Jan.
That's right.
No, it was Marsha.
Marsha.
Jan was jealous, wasn't she?
Yeah, Jan was the middle.
The remake was really funny as all. Remember the curtain upstairs where they shared the upstairs thing? They had that curtain between. I'll leave it at that.
Oh, y'all do.
It's hilarious. Anybody remember 1954 on this date? Because you're going to rock around the clock tonight. It was recorded on this day. Bill Haley is the guy in the best of the comments there that recorded that song, and that was a huge hit.
Oh yeah. Because it was playing when we come along.
If I remember right, he had like a heart attack in his early 50s and was taken from this world like that.
That was. Uh-oh.
Davy Jones.
Stand corrected. That's right. It was Davy Jones.
Only Angie could have picked that out.
Well, I've got to be wrong
you knew too?
for something.
Becky said she knew it too.
So I don't mind being wrong with that.
Well, that's a good thing to be wrong about.
That's right. Yeah, because I didn't watch all that.
I had forgotten about Davy Jones altogether.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, we missed a birthday. Somebody's 73. Who did we miss there?
73. Happy birthday.
Let's move back up here and see if we can grab who that was. You might need to repost that for us there again.
Yeah, so we can see it again.
Saw something about some mud bugs up there. So good morning there, Kathy. Glad to see you. What else happened today? It was the last day in 1966, and this was kind of a funny thing back in the days. We remember McHale's Navy.
That's right. That was funny.
I said that wrong, didn't I? It's McHale's. I said McHale.
Yeah.
Jones
just turned 52.
Leslie, what's his name that played the talk show radio host? Niles was on it. Dr. Kramer. Frazier. Did you ever see the movie that he was in? Down Periscope, where he was the head of the...
Yep. I did watch it.
Another thumbs up movie from us if you want to watch a good one also.
Yeah. Martin Summerall is 73 today.
Well, happy birthday to you, Martin.
So his wife says.
Thank you, Robin. We appreciate that.
Yeah, and Sean turned 52, so he just joined the club with us.
There's next gentleman that we're going to talk about having a birthday. He has had lots of hits of When I Call Your Name, Oklahoma Swing, but one of the ones that you hear that makes you go, whoa, Pocket Full of Gold. Anybody remember this by Vince Gill as he was born on today?
I tell you, he can sing, he can play a guitar. He's just overall,
and he's funny.
He's pretty good. He is.
He would have been a great Oscar presenter, without a doubt.
Yeah, I'd go for that. Sure would.
He was the MC of the Country Music Association Award for years and just done a fantastic job at it. But Vince Gill, one of my favorites there that done it. 1971, she was the bad girl. I think she started out on Who Saved the Bell, if I'm not mistaken, or Saved by the Bell. Yeah. And she would go on to be in 90210 as one of the bad girls of the show. Shannon Doherty? Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, that's what I'll go for.
All right, yep.
I know the face.
There you go. And then, of course, what's his name over there who has passed away since then? But she has a birthday today, and bless her heart, she's gone through major breast cancer. She's back on her feet now and doing well, thank goodness. She went through a rough time. This song, I don't think there's no one watching. I don't care what you listen to that don't know this because you've heard it in a TV commercial. And I think West Virginia finally gave in and made it their theme song as Country Roads Take Me Home to the Place I Used to Be. Can you believe that was 1971?
No.
What was his first hit? Let's test Odie, everyone.
Something with Tennessee, probably.
No. He was leaving. I'll give you a hint. He actually wrote it, and I can't remember if the mamas or the papas were I can't remember who was it sang it, but he would go back and re-record it, make another hit of it. Leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. They done that in Armageddon. They had that in there.
B-Dog. It sure did.
That's a John Denver song that he wrote. And that was the one where he paid himself out of debt there.
I still love that show right there.
As we go back and remember 1975, this is really weird how this worked out. He asked for a raise, and they said, we ain't giving it to you. He goes away, and the character just kept right on going. They just put somebody new in it, and it would be like 4 years later that he would reappear in the role, and nothing was ever said. As we go back to the Jeffersons, Mike Evans, who played Lionel, would disappear today. Be gone for a couple of years, and he would reappear in the Jeffersons, and it was like, well, no one noticed that.
He started realizing, I might have made a mistake.
I need some money.
Because George is making some money over there.
George Jefferson.
Man, that was a good show.
This I have never understood, because when he started out, he had 3 names. And the next thing you know, he had 2 names. He went from John Cougar Mellencamp to just John Cougar. Anybody remember a little story, a little ditty about Jack and Diane? That album came out today. Hurt So Good and Hand to Hold On To was on this album, and it really did make him a household name. Rain on the Scarecrow, if y'all remember all of that. In today's world, he would be as country as they come. I'm not kidding you. Back then, that was
John.
Yeah, have to take another name off of that. Let's see here. Let's see. Kisco. How do you pronounce that? Kisco? Kelso. It's a small writing. Can I borrow your shirt? Need to wash my truck? Of course you can. Let's go back.
I've got glasses, can't see. He doesn't have glasses and can't see, but together
we pull things out. I know they made a remake of this at the movie theaters. I never watched it. I never watched the TV show. It wasn't my kind of thing. Was it yours?
No, I wasn't big into musicals and all that kind of stuff. Just wasn't me.
21 Jump Street. Yeah. Had something to do with cops and maybe some dancing around. We're not real sure. We never watched it.
Never watched it. The only musical that I kind of got into or liked was Grease.
How did I know you were going to say that? Grease is the word?
Yeah, well, it was Charlene's favorite. Maybe she'd watch it 10 times in a row right now.
Really?
If it came on. So I didn't have a choice but to watch it, and I started liking it.
John that was such a cool character.
It was, and it kind of...
It involved women in racing.
That's right. So I was stuck. I said, yep, I'll watch it.
And then she went from being the good girl to the bad girl quickly.
Yes, she did. And
just
then
like that.
all of a sudden found out, well, maybe that wasn't life. Now they went both back good. Because she showed up, she was the pink lady?
The pink ladies. The next thing you know, she's wearing leather and stomping out cigarettes on the ground there with them high heels. And I said, oh, look at that.
Look at him, look at him.
1989, it would be when you first heard of Chris Ledoux by a guy that was unheard of himself. He financed it. It would become humongous as we go back for the first album from Garth was released today in 89. He was part of the class of 89 when you'd see Travis Tritt, Alan Jackson, Clint Black, and all of those big names roll out. Can you do the sound? Can you do this sound?
No, not real good.
When he would walk on stage, that'd be the first thing you heard. And he got to become such a big hit, mainly at Dollywood and places of this nature.
Yeah.
Had Rambling in My Shoes. It was Boxcar Willie who passed away on this date back in 1999. He's getting to be where a generation has no idea who Boxcar Willie was.
Never heard the name, none of that. So
next year he may not be around on this report.
It depends on who's putting it together for the year round.
That's right. Now, this lady, her name was Georgiana. I don't know if you remember her. She had a part in the Bob Newhart show of his little wife that barely spoke up like this.
All right. Now, I'm trying to sit here and remember. I've seen her, but I didn't.
Bob Newhart was where she was. You don't remember that?
Okay. I wasn't real big on Bob Newhart.
He was kind of bland.
Yeah. Some of the show was funny, and I guess it was because of the...
Well, it was funny because it come on right after Lawrence Welk, and anything next to that was funny.
Right. Oh, I hated that.
That was like torture.
Yes,
a 1,
torture.
a 2, and a 3. And it went on and on. And then it had some tap dancing, and you're like, when's the power going to go out? Somebody do something.
Somebody with another channel come up with something. But it wouldn't matter because Mom and Daddy were going to watch it.
Lawrence Welk. How did that become such a huge... And that was the tap dancing guy that come out? He was like the comic relief for it. He was so much better than the rest of them.
You know, he had to pay them to be on TV.
He had to because he was the highlight of that show.
Because it wasn't worth watching.
I just... yet another one of those that wasn't our pick.
Yeah, no.
Thumbs down.
Get there. Thumbs down. Y'all stick with us. We'll tell you what you can watch.
Scotty Ray and Odie, good morning to you as we bring you about a Wednesday morning.
Folks, if your yard is needing grass and you need it quick, talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding. They offer residential and commercial. The great thing about this, it doesn't wash, the water treads, and it holds the soil in place. It's the easiest way to grow grass. That's hydro seeding. You'll get a great-looking lawn without all the dry spots. How many times have you put out seed and it gets washed away, blown away, or even the birds eat it? Talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding, 601-728-1954. If you're an outdoorsman, Garrett's Outfitters is the place to head to in Meridian. They have a complete line of gloves to keep your hands warm in these cold mornings, toboggans to block that wind, and America's favorite Carhartt, from the rugged overalls to slacks and shirts. Work boots and mud boots as well. Accessories and a complete line of just about any gun. Protect your investment, your guns, with one of the many Browning gun safes they have to choose from. For the outdoorsman in your family, it's Garrett's, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's, and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool, depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
Well, if you need grass, come on down and visit with our friends at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. They got some grass out today. You can take advantage of St. Augustine, all types of grass there. Flowers and a whole lot more inside. And stuff that'll make you work. That's what they do there at the Farm Supply. From water hoses to those little bitty shovels that are about 2 inches long that you can get down on your hands and knees and use.
Yeah, they don't fit my hand.
Yeah, I wouldn't try it, though.
No.
There's a lot of people that love gardening. And they've got all the accessories that you need to work on that, including a place to sit down and watch somebody do that gardening work there.
That's it. My wife loves it. I'll take her. We'll go buy the stuff, and I'll sit there and drink some sweet tea while she does the garden.
Maybe
tell her it looks good.
Birdhouse?
Yeah.
A lot of people love bird watching. You can find this and many more things down at the Farm Supply. Exit 151 right off the interstate. Drop in and visit with them. They'll find something you need. We have got to go to the correction department because I just got a text from my wife.
But
She says Shannon Daltrey was not on Saved by the Bell. She was Almanzo and Laura's niece on Little House on the Prairie.
We had that mixed up with Tiffany Thiessen.
Tiffany was a pretty girl on Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Didn't she date that guy named
Zach?
Yeah. She was pretty.
But she was a good looker.
It's so hard to imagine that show is 40. Is it 40, 30, 40 years old?
It's old. When did it come on? From 89 to 92. That's it.
Wow. Mr. What was the principal?
That's what
name?
I was
Mr.
just looking
Mr.
for.
Belvedere? Is that his name? He was the principal that kind of walked the halls and took care of everything there. But
that was our Mr. Richardson.
Yeah, everybody remembers that show though, without a doubt. It was huge for its time. That little guy named Screech that got on your ever living nerves. Horrible there.
Terrible it was.
Let's see what. We had somebody tell us to remind everybody about some road work being done.
Yeah, over on. Where did they have that?
Cotton Gin Road over there at 45.
Road. Be careful, one lane traffic. So if you're going through there, leave a little early this morning if you hadn't already left. Be careful when you're in that area.
It looks like
Plantation Villa.
Plantation Villa. We know exactly where that is. We found out that Governor Tate has signed in to expand the car tag authorization for disabled veterans. That's good that he continued that. We like that. Veterans gave all, and we certainly need them taken care of.
Yeah, definitely.
We still watch the case of the gentleman from south of us that was involved in the shooting in that church parking lot. There's a lot to be said. He's been officially charged. We'll see what happens with this. At first, it was a lot of people saying, well, the guy went for his gun. Others are going, no, I don't believe that happened. We'll see what becomes of it. It is the talk of the town, especially south of us, of what went on there.
We got to leave the deer off. It was just Mr. Belding.
Belding, you're right.
That's right.
I'm going to get our special guest in a minute. I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her good. So those are a few of the things that are happening here. Let's see. We did have a person that was involved in a shooting involving an officer in Lincoln County. A gentleman that worked for the police was parked on the side of the road. Somebody walked up to his window with a gun. He took care of the problem. And, of course, as always, anytime that our officer is involved in a shooting, MBI investigates to clear, and it takes the department away from it so no one can say there's favoritism involved in that, a whole separate division on that. That's going on there statewide. We've got a prison guard. This happens a lot. This happened over at the correctional facility in Pearl. Had a guard sneaking in more contraband.
Well,
that's a big problem.
It is, and when you're not paying, but just a little bit, and temptation, and their connection to the outside. And once you do it one time, any little thing you do one time, they've got you.
That's right.
You can't say no on anything else they ask of you. So you're stuck.
Be careful out there. We're watching it for you.
Patrick Allen Companies services and repairs all brands of overhead doors, residential and commercial. Our service technicians are factory trained and have over 125 years of combined experiences. At Patrick Allen Companies, we are not interested in being the biggest, just the best. We are just 4 miles south of Meridian on Highway 145. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
And welcome back this morning as we get ready for this big event. Becky's still with us here to tell us about what we got going on down this weekend as we bring the extravaganza, the spring extravaganza. Again, Becky, tell us when we can come visit with you and see all this great stuff.
It's this Saturday from 9 to 4 at the old Office Max building.
Come on up. There's a little bit for everyone, kids, food, and of course, if you need a gift for Mother's Day, you'll find it there.
Exactly.
Yep. Come on in and support this event and get something from Mama.
Mama's got to have something great. So we do hope you'll do that. As we things get hot, I want to bring up our friends at Maple's One Stop Shop. Always have a pretty good deal for us. They've got Gatorade this week. If you're hot, thirsty, mowing a little bit of grass, they'll tell you all about this 2 for $5.29. Those big ones.
Yeah,
a bargain there.
See them. And I'm talking about those people will talk to you. They're nice. They're going to welcome you in. So go and support them, and you'll see why we go in there like we do. Super nice people, and then they bring out deals like this.
It's there. Great deals on some drinks, too. Yep. Got to have a way to cool off.
Oh, yeah, don't get too hot.
No, sir, Bob. Let's see here. As we look around, there was a few things that I want to mention that were happening nationwide that are going on right now. Where was this? Here it is. As we were talking about places that are losing things, we've got another store that is closing. Whole Foods, San Francisco. Their major big store is closing the doors. Why? They can't make a profit because crime is out of hand there.
Well, nobody will stop it. They don't care. And people are going. So Whole Foods is foods that's supposed to be wholesome for you.
Right.
They're supposed to be organic. So California just passed this law. I'm not sure when it goes into effect, but any kind of food, whether it's fresh, cooked, or you buy it at the grocery store, if it's got one of 5 other ingredients in it, you cannot make it, sell it, or anything in California, which is going to take a lot of stuff off the market. You're not going to have any food because now you just let Whole Foods walk out because you won't protect them. And now Walmart's going to have to stop selling half their stuff, along with everybody else, not just Walmart.
Right.
Half your fast food's going to have to start cutting their menu by half.
Not picking on San Francisco, but I see the ex-fire commissioner, he was just trying to walk in somewhere, was attacked by a complete gang, whooped with a metal pipe. And again, we're talking as you go out to San Francisco, crime out of hand, and this is by people that don't quite understand the laws and that it is the citizens who actually pay taxes that need to be protected. So we watch all of this nationwide. We certainly hope that this never happens in our neighborhood. We don't want it to.
That's right.
We try to stay ahead of the game. It's about that time, Odie.
And here we are at the end of our 1 hour. Doesn't take long. We'll be back 23 hours from now. Enjoy your day. Be safe. Sean, get well. We appreciate you watching. Enjoy us and have a good day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.